Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For weeks, we've been raising legitimate questions on behalf of parents about this government's clawback of autism funding. We've heard a Minister of the Crown call the comments sanctimonious. And just today, we heard dismissive comments by the member from Chilliwack, Kent. Well, you know what, Mr. Speaker? A constituent of that member, Donna Hemmings, listened to her words today. This is what she had to say to her MLA, and I quote, "We're not scared of change. What we're scared of is how the NDP government decided for us not to be part of the decision-making process for our children. How rude for my MLA to say that people are capitalizing on fears. This is just another proof that they are not listening. The minister created the fear by not consulting, by not listening to us. My MLA's comment is rude and dismissive to what are the justifiable fears of parents," end quote. Parents across this province are worried, they are frustrated, and they are angry. And it has everything to do with a unilateral decision by this minister and this government. Not the words of the opposition. This is squarely on the shoulder of this minister and government. So today, on behalf of parents across British Columbia, 17,000 of whom have signed a petition, will the minister and her colleagues stop being dismissive of the concerns that parents are expressing? Will she end the clawback and do the right thing today?
Minister of Children and Family Development.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It is really important to be listening to families and to be hearing of the expertise and experiences of families caring for children and youth with neurodiverse needs, including families with children with diagnosis of autism. Honourable Speaker, we started this work nearly 3 years ago now, and we're continuing this transition through to 2025. We are holding information sessions starting this very month, and those conversations will continue, and we'll continue to hear from families and Indigenous communities and service providers to inform this operationalisation of this new framework in the best interests of children, youth and families.
Leader of the Official Opposition, supplemental.
Well, thank you very much. And the minister, to the minister again, she missed a step. The information sessions, and the minister knows this, are not about consulting. They're about talking about implementation. Parents are asking and begging this minister to back up, not to talk about implementation. Well, if the minister stubbornly refuses to listen, every single one of her silent colleagues should start speaking up for their constituents. We know that MLAs on that side of the House have had dozens, if not hundreds, of letters from parents. In fact, will the MLA for Richmond Queensborough listen to his constituent Mike Sachs, who says, and I quote, "I question the need to destroy a service that has helped thousands of families over 20 years and replace it with government-run hubs. I call on the minister to immediately stop this plan," end quote. Will the MLA for Vancouver Fraserview listen to a constituent, Sabrina Sandhu, who is heartbroken and scared for her son, Dominic? She writes, and I quote, "We need you to care. We need you to put a stop to this. Please don't turn our world upside down," end quote. Not my words, not the words of the opposition, the words of desperate, frightened and upset parents who are writing to their MLAs who were sent to Victoria to be their voice in this legislature. And what do they hear? Nothing. So, will someone, anyone in the government, please listen to parents? They are asking for the minister to back up, to consult like she should have done in the first place, and most importantly, end the clawback today.
Minister of Children and Family Development.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. We will continue to listen to families, and we will continue to listen to service providers and Indigenous communities as well. As we move forward now, starting at the end of this month, we're engaging in those meaningful conversations, and that dialogue and those conversations will continue in the weeks and months ahead, Honourable Speaker. We're delivering on early implementation areas so that we can evaluate the process of delivering on the new framework. And I absolutely understand that some families have concerns and have anxieties, and we will be working with them. We have the time to be able to create really positive transitions with families, putting their child and youth at the centre, working in partnership with parents, understanding that for a long time they've had to create that package of services for their children and youth. More children and youth will receive services under the new framework, children and youth who get left behind today. Satbir Chima, Executive Director of Progressive Intercultural Community Services Society, says, "It can be extremely challenging for parents to have to shop around for the best supports for their child, especially for families for whom English may not be their first language. Services that are culturally safe, inclusive, easy to navigate and offered in one convenient location are critical to ensuring all children and youth with support needs are getting the help they need."